Hi, it's Chris Watkin here, and I'm joined by Darshan Sunger, who is a letting agent from Essex. He is the ARLA representative for Essex as well, been there for 7 years. Darshan, thank you for joining me today. Talk to me about ROPA and its impact on the lettings and estate agency industry, where its challenges are, why it's good, why it's bad. Talk to me.
Okay, look, I knew that this is a topic that a lot of people want to try and brush under the carpet. It's the biggest elephant in the room, ROPA, that came in 2018, and people have either chosen to ignore it or do something about it. I truly believe that raising standards within our private rented sector through agents like myself, working practitioners like myself, stepping up to the mark, getting qualified, and also continue to get qualified to a certain level, which is a level 3, which is a minimum for all reserved activity. And of course, the level 4, which is for directors like myself that operate the small to medium enterprises. What do I think about ROPA? I think it's a great thing. I took it upon myself to go out and get re-qualified again. And I've returned back to schooling sort of 15 years later, 20 years later. But I certainly think it's the way forward. And that way you can prove to others that you're competent.
Now, there's an awful lot of established letting and estate agents who say it's not fair for them to take an exam. You call it passporting, I call it grandfathering, same thing, where your length of time or length of service gives you automatic rights. What is your opinion on that?
Okay, so let's just dissect it a bit more. So you're saying grandfathering and I'm saying passporting. If you've been a letting agent for many, many years, but you've never gone out and done further training, never done the extra courses and never took it upon yourself to continue your professional development, I certainly think that's one element. The other element is you might be somebody who's very passionate, like myself, decided to stay with the game and start, decided to have your training, continued professional development, go on to seminars, go on to our ARLA conferences, they're out there, and decide to learn more about the industry as years have gone by. Because let's face it, we've got over 150 property laws that you have to comply to in order to let a property, and it hasn't stopped, Chris. So I'm sort of all up in the air at the moment. So providing you've been up to speed with it, you've done CPD and all of that, I think,
Again, let's be honest, CPD can be fudged and, going to a conference can be put down for a few hours. Surely a level playing field where everyone takes the same exam, because let's be honest, there's people out there that have been might have been in the industry 30 years, but then they might have been in the industry 1 year 30 times. And you see all these things on Facebook where you've got established agents asking questions that you think, bloody hell, someone should know this question. This is page 1 stuff. And these are people who are, running letting agents. Surely they need to learn this and get the correct exam.
So Chris, with ROPA's recommendation, the whole idea is for the industry to be regulated. So if you take the case of a solicitor, I'm telling you, our friends that are solicitors, they are constantly attending training courses, constantly.
Yeah, but they've got the qualification already.
But they still need to be
I agree.
Continued professional development.
Especially development. But you said before, just because you've been to a few CPDs, that will get you grandfathered or passported.
Well, I didn't. I think you might want to reverse that, Cameron. What I said was there is that element. There are 2 parts of this whole situation with grandfathering and passporting. What I'm saying to you is, I feel that they need to maybe look at that again, where somebody has been able to prove that they've attended training courses, prove that they've done various tests, etc.
Okay.
But I take what you say on board, but I just do feel that if we're going to be aligning ourselves with people like the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors, the solicitors, then they are also continually doing training programs.
I agree with you that development, especially once you've got to a certain level, is absolutely vital. I think the bit we slightly disagree on is that if in the past they've done some CPD, that will get you through. And I believe that people should be taking exams.
Well then, I think we have to agree to disagree here, sir.
Indeed we do. Can I just say thank you for your candid response, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Chris.
Darshan.
Thank you.